Welcome back to my channel, sports fans. Okay, let's get into this one right here. And I'm trying to be nice about this Anthony Edwards, but you guys do not understand. Don't tell me nothing else about this guy. I'm trying to be nice. This guy has a chance to beat Denver. Put on a great performance. Maybe drop 40 points after you just got done dropping 41 against the weak Wizards. A chance to have your team closer to first place in the conference. Closer to winning the conference by going out and putting a 40-piece or 50-piece on the Denver Nuggets, but couldn't even put a 30-piece on the Denver Nuggets. I don't want to hear nothing else about this dude being compared to Michael Jordan. Karl Anthony Towns isn't playing. How are you only putting up 25 points in a game like this? So, this guy puts up 25 points, one foul. That's what I'm trying to tell you about this era and these guys. These Anthony Edwards, these LeBron James, these who else? Kevin Durant. If these guys play any defense, it's over. 4 assists. 4 assists. And 2 rebounds. And this guy is a what? A small guard? And he only gives you 4 assists. Look, I'm 4 assists and 2 rebounds. I'm sick of hearing the excuses. It's just showing how weak this era really is. This guy will never, ever be on Michael Jordan's level. Never. Ain't this guy like 6'4"? Michael Jordan was 6'6". 6'6". I'm thinking if they even played with, big men in this era, like they had in the 80s, 90s, a little bit of the 2000s, I don't even think this guy could make it to the paint. Look, I don't want to hear nothing else about this guy. Man, 25 points, man, that's pretty good. This is what I'm talking about. 25 points is good. LeBron is giving you like 20, 27 points, 25 points, and he's an old man. 25 points in this era as a superstar, a young superstar, is nothing. Don't go out and drop a 50-piece in practice playing the Wizards and you come back and you put up 25. This was the best team in the league. And you're trying to outplay them for the number 1 seed. And this is all you do? And it wasn't like, oh, okay, the man dropped 25 and then he got you another 8, 9 boards, another 8 assists, something like that, right? That's basically what LeBron does every night. If it's this easy for LeBron James, you're trying to tell me it ain't that easy for Anthony Edwards? This guy is overrated. All these excuses. Oh, man, he was 19 when he came in, bro. Now they try to use this LeBron excuse. The old LeBron excuse. The league is weaker now. It's weaker. You can't use that excuse. They couldn't even use that excuse on LeBron when he came in, and they're using that excuse that week East when he came in. Old Reggie Miller, Allen Iverson, Paul Pierce, who was in the East. That was your top 75 players. And LeBron couldn't even make the playoffs his first 2 seasons. I'm just sick of excuses. And this guy ain't even putting up what LeBron put up his first 4 years in a weak East, but a tougher East than what it is now, or a tougher era. It's a no-touch era, bro. Even the plumbers from Europe that play in today's NBA, they say that their plumbers league back home is more tougher, more physical, and more skilled. That's what the plumbers say today that play in the NBA. And you can you can blame that on LeBron James. Because once they knew their king wasn't going to be able to make the playoffs his first 2 seasons, they had to change the defensive rules. So I'm going to just be all over this guy like stink on doo-doo until this guy can show me something. Like I said yesterday, that low 51-point game he put up is meaningless to me. It took you that long to put up a 51-point game in this era? What? If we want to talk about the age excuse, LeBron would have been done put up if he came in 4 years. If you have been playing for 4 years, let's say he came in at 18. In this week era, bro, he would have been putting up 50-point games all over the place. Kobe would have been putting up 50-point games all over the place when he came out of high school into this week era. I'm sick of it. Oh, this guy done got better on defense. Okay, let me go. You know what? I'm going to look this up, matter of fact. Next time, this guy better win these next 2 games. Or the remaining games. Because I'm going to be all over this guy. Because starting in 87? In 88, Jordan had 200 plus steals, 100 plus blocks in back-to-back seasons. Still the record. Nobody's ever done that. And from 87 to 93, Jordan had 200 plus steals every season. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, he had close to 200 steals in 96, but and he led the league in steals 3 times. We just look, brother. I'm trying not to be mean with this guy but when you compare this guy to Michael Jordan, I get irritated. Because he already lost in the FIBA, right? And then here comes the Avengers. LeBron said he has to take it home. Could you imagine Michael Jordan losing in the Olympics and then somebody else coming along saying, oh, well, we got to bring it home? And of course, LeBron has to get Durant and Curry and AD and I don't know, maybe Anthony Edwards is going to be in there. Booker. Of course they're going to win the gold. This is what they got to do. They got to get the best players in the NBA versus these other teams in international play, which is who? Maybe 1 NBA player, maybe 2 at the most. But it won't be like the best high-level NBA players over there. To me, LeBron's a coward. If he would have been like, well, okay, young blood, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to come over there and teach these guys. Remember, because this guy is supposed to be a basketball savant and all this stuff, right? We all know he ain't. He would have said, look, I'm going to join the Olympic team and I'm going to take these guys underneath my wings. And we're going to go out there and do this and beat the world. I'm talking about the guys who lost and didn't even place, didn't even get a medal in the last FIBA. How come LeBron just Anthony Edwards was on that team? A slew of young guys. How come he didn't just say, look, I'm going to take you guys under my wing and let's go out here and do this? I'm LeBron James. I'm telling you, Michael Jordan could have did that. But what happened is he would have got exposed in international play. Because they want to put up with these flopping, carrying, traveling, crying, not playing defense, front running, all this stuff. He would have got exposed. So yeah, I mean, it's going to be all about LeBron James. That's all it's going to be about. Him winning another gold medal with all these great players. They're probably not even going to practice. What else? Oh, his son in the offseason. Who's going to get Bronny? It's not going to be about nothing else. They're going to lose in a play-in or whenever they lose, and then we're going to watch what happens. If they lose in a play-in, nobody will care about the NBA after that. This is sad because the NBA hasn't promoted their young talent. It's just been about a loser, 4-6 loser. And I'm not trying to get off the Anthony Edwards thing, but man, every time, this lights a fire underneath my butt more than Anthony Edwards because we can't even promote the new young talent in this league. You got Luka putting up the numbers he's been putting up the last 3 years. You got Joker doing what he's doing. SGA's doing what he's doing. They want to, the media want to say Anthony Edwards is the next Michael Jordan. But they just want to, throw it out there just a little bit. Don't talk about it the next day. Next 10 days. Because they know it's bullcrap. They know it's bullcrap. This guy can't come through like Michael Jordan. Couldn't walk an inch in Michael Jordan's shoes. And I don't even care if Michael Jordan said, oh, it's some similarities. What's the similarities? Maybe he's just being nice. I can go. Isaiah Ryder has some similarities. Harold Miner has some similarities. Kobe Bryant had many similarities. What are we talking about? Duncan? Vince Carter? Dominique Wilkins? I mean, what? We can go on forever. We talking about Duncan? Duncan the ball. Explosion? LeBron has some similarities to Michael. I mean, like, what are we talking about? If I'm getting compared to Michael Jordan, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to try to be a great two-way player. I'm going to be trying to steal the ball. I'm going to be trying to block shots. I'm going to try to be a team leader. I'm going to get my jumper on. I mean, because some people say, oh, Michael Jordan couldn't shoot when he was young. It was just that Michael Jordan did a lot of slashing and driving when he was young. Michael Jordan could go watch these games when he was young. That's what was killing me. Because I was watching it back in like 85, 86, 87, not till about 88. And I said, well, let me look at, his rookie games. This was a long time ago. His second year, obviously he didn't play that many games. Let me look at 87. Man, this guy was about 50-50. 50% driving, 50% a jump shooter. It wasn't until the second three-peat that he became like 70% jump shooter. And even more than that, once we got to like 98. And what I'm saying is, the 50% of the jump shooting, the man could shoot a jumper. What are we talking about? And this is an era too where you got to have a jump shot. In this era too, I mean, look, It's just a lot of bad shots. Dudes will sit up there and miss 5 threes in a row, and it's not even frowned upon. Because everybody else is shooting a three. The three is like shooting a two. It's just a lazy shot. And I try to be nice about this era, but they don't let me be nice. They try to compare this era to the 90s, to the 80s. You can't do that. It's 4 guys sitting at the three-point line and 1 guy inside, probably your center. The ball gets launched up, and who's battling for the rebound? Now, what I can say is, for the most part, they've been playing more defense down the stretch these last 10 games in the NBA. Because in the beginning of the season, there's no defense. And everything's starting to slow down a little bit. So I don't care who's mad at me. Cry me a river. This Anthony Edwards, don't ever put this guy on Michael Jordan's level. Don't do it. He had a chance to go out. I want this guy to prove me wrong, but he can't. 25 points? Bro, stop. I'm not looking for you to score all them points you did yesterday, but 25 points, 4 and like 3? That's your stat line? Tell me what you think.